think this is, and I'm the only one saying this because I just see this very differently than most. This is probably a good thing. Why I say it's a good thing is we need to get better at articulating our value to buyers. We suck at it as an industry. We've never had to really explain what we do. We should treat a buyer the same way we treat a seller. Sit down, explain what we do. Do a presentation. Talk about the 178 things you do when working with the buyer. Talk about the time that's involved. All of those things are part of what we should be doing. And by the way, the buyer's going to go, damn, I didn't realize there was that much work involved in a transaction. I mean, you three sell real estate. Do you think there's more work involved working with a buyer or a seller? Buyer. So like, we just need to get better at that, explaining that value and articulating that value. And I happen to know no buyer who does this transaction 2 to 3 times in their life wants to do this on their own. They don't. They want somebody to help them with this process. We just need to articulate that. I think right now, so you'll see 12 states across the US require buyer broker agreements currently. It's required. I think you'll see all 50 states do that. It's already happening. I know a lot of associations are working on legislative changes to make that occur. So it's a standard process, which, by the way, is a good thing. We need to establish fiduciary. I work for you, and in return, you're going to pay me X. This is what I do. It's very clear. None of this sub-agency crap, this dual agency crap, none of that stuff is actually pro-consumer, and which is why the DOJ and FTC want to see these changes. When we talk about this being more like lawyers, I don't agree with that statement when it's like, oh, it's going to be hourly. First of all, you can't do it hourly. Our IRS carve-out doesn't allow that. Number 2 is hourly would probably cost more for the consumer than the way we're currently doing it. But I do agree with the concept that you can't hire a lawyer to represent you on both sides of a deal. It doesn't work that way. That's a conflict. We should have an agent represent the buyer, an agent represent the seller. That is a very clear differentiation of who we are, what we do, and candidly who we serve.